Hey, Mark. Right? This is Pam. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Huh? Pam?
Great. You remember me. What a relief.
Remember you? Are you kidding me? What the hell do you want? You really have nerve contacting me. After what you pulled? So you two-time me and take off with all of our savings. And you have the gall to contact me?
Come on. That was 5 years ago. And I really feel bad about that. But don't you remember? I always said I missed you. But you were always working back then, never even giving me the time of day.
Oh, so you invite a guy you're having an affair with to our house? Let me make one thing clear. I will never forgive you for what you did.
I know you'll never forgive me. I don't expect you to. Besides, that's not why I contacted you.
How did you get my line address anyway?
Never mind that. Just hear me out. I need to talk to you about your mother.
Huh?
I think I'm pretty sure, but I think I found your mother.
Huh? Come on, LOL. My mother?
That's right.
How am I supposed to believe that?
I knew you would say that, but please just hear me out. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm doing nursing work right now. There's this 60-year-old colleague that works with me at the hospital. Her name is Mary Ann Johnson. Johnson was your mother's maiden name, right?
Yeah, but there are a lot of Johnsons around.
Anyway, you told me once before, but I wasn't sure. Mary Ann said she was married once before. I asked her if she had a son, and she said she had a son named Mark.
No, that can't be right. Are you joking around with me?
A real coincidence, huh? I wasn't sure if I should tell you or not. But when we were married, you always told me how you wanted to see her again. I knew you didn't want to hear from me, but I figured I should. I know it's too late to say this, but what I did to you was despicable. I don't blame you at all for hating me.
Yeah, sorry for snapping at you before even listening to you.
I don't blame you for chewing me out. I mean, your cheating ex-wife contacts you after 5 years? I would be pissed too. I'm really sorry. So about this, what should we do? Do you want to meet her?
Yeah, I would, but I guess. Sorry, this is all so sudden. I don't know what to make of it. Can you give me a little time to think it over? She left us when I was like 10 and just disappeared, so maybe she has no intention of seeing me.
Yeah, I understand. I haven't said anything to Mary Ann about this, so don't worry, like it never happened. Just think about it, and when you make up your mind, drop me a line.
Yeah, that would be great. Thanks for contacting me about this.
Please, no need to thank me. After all that I put you through, I know you despise me, and I really feel guilty for what I did. If you decide you want to meet her, I'll just give Mary Ann your contact info, and you guys can work it out yourselves. Hello. Is this Mark's line address? I wasn't sure. This is Mary Ann Johnson. Pam gave me this contact, so here I am.
Yes, this, Mark? Huh. I feel kind of strange saying this, but is this really you, Mother?
Yes. Everything seems to fit. Pam and I were exchanging information and everything seemed to match up, you know? I don't have real proof to verify everything, though. Your father was named James, right? I left home when you were 10, as I recall. And your father worked at PT Corporation, right?
Yes, that's right. Everything matches.
I know it's too late to say this, but Mark, I'm so sorry. I was so stupid. How could I have done that? leaving you.
Please, Mom, don't apologize. There was a time when I despised you for leaving, but I'm sure you had your reasons. Anyway, I'm all grown up now. The past is the past. I think I can think clearly now.
Yes, it's been a long time. All this was 30 years ago. And I also heard that James died about 7 years ago. I'm sorry I couldn't attend the funeral. I had cut all ties with my relatives, so there was no way of knowing.
I see. That's why, huh? I asked around, but nobody knew how to get in touch with you. Now I get it. And you, Mom. What have you been up to all these years? Why did you leave us 30 years ago? I mean, if you don't mind me asking.
It's not anything scandalous or anything. I've lived alone all these years. I never married. And I can say this now since it's been such a long time. I left home, left James, because he had an affair.
Huh? Dad? He had an affair?
I'm really sorry to have to tell you. I know it's painful to hear after all these years. For you, he was a very good dad. But for me, I just could not bring myself to forgive him. Whenever I looked at him, I became so overwhelmed with grief and sadness. I could not live with him any longer. At first, I was planning on taking you and leaving, but I was not confident I could bring you up properly. Your father was financially in a better position. I was just a housewife. I could barely support myself. I'm so sorry.
Please, Mom, don't worry about it. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. I was just a kid. I thought you just got tired of me and left.
That was not it at all. I would never do such a thing. All these years, a day did not go by that I did not think of you. I wanted to see you so badly, but I felt ashamed. I could not show my face in front of you. I know it's been years, and it's a strange way to meet again, but will you think of me as your mother?
Of course! I would really love to see you again. But could you give me a little time? It's just that, you know, meeting just like that.
I understand perfectly.
Let's keep in contact for a while, and then, when we both feel the time is right, we can make an appointment and meet up somewhere.
Oh, Mark, you turned out to be such a kind and considerate person. Actually, you were always like that. You haven't changed one bit. Yes, I agree. Let's do it your way. I can't wait to see you again.
Okay, Mom. I'm pretty beat, so I think I'll turn in. I'll contact you in a couple of days. Sorry.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm not going anywhere. I'll always be here for you. Hello, Mark. I haven't heard from you recently. Is something wrong? Did you think it over and figure you didn't want to see your mom again after all?
Yes? Hello?
Mark! Oh, what a relief. I thought maybe you decided you hated me. Were you busy with work?
Yeah, well, I had various things to do.
Oh, okay. I see. You really should take it easy occasionally. Not good working constantly. The stress and all. Ever since you were a kid, you always tend to bear all hardships. Not saying a word, never complaining.
You know me pretty well, Mom.
Of course. You're my son. And I'm your mother, after all. Oh, yeah. Mark, there was something I wanted to ask you, and I've been trying to contact you.
Oh, yeah. You did mention something about that.
Yeah, that's right. It's a bit hard for me to say this, but I just found out a couple days ago I got a checkup and, well, it seems I have an illness, and if something is not done about it, I don't have long to live. So I'm going to have to check into the hospital soon.
Huh? An illness?
Yes, that's right. And to think I just got into contact with my long-lost son. I'm so sorry, Mark. So, this is really hard of me to say, but could you lend me $30,000? I heard you started your own business and you're doing quite well, right? I can use my insurance and I'll be reimbursed later, but until then, I need my son to live on. Could you help me out, son?
Oh, I see.
Yes, that's the predicament I'm in. I'm so sorry to ask you.
So that's the plan, huh?
Huh? What's this about a plan?
My mother died last week. Come on, Pam. I know it's you. This idiotic charade is over. Your little scheme of using 2 phones? Nice try. If you have enough to purchase 2 smartphones, pay back your debts first. See you around, Pam.
Mark, what are you saying? I'm your long-lost mother. Don't you want to help your dying mother?
Okay, Mother. I'll call you right now. Let's talk directly. I thought it was kind of weird you never answered the phone. I ask you if I can call and you decline. Every time. Once I hear your voice, well, it's game over, right? Nice try, though.
No, you got it all wrong. Your mom really existed, and she was not sure how she should converse with you, so she asked me to act on her behalf. Yeah, that's it. I was texting you on her behalf.
You really got nerve to keep up this charade. Like I said, my mother died. My lawyer contacted me last week and informed me that she passed away and left me everything. What proof do you have? I was looking through her belongings and found all my childhood documents. There were a bunch of photos of my mother in there too. Do you have a photo of this person you purport to be my mother?
I don't know anything about it. All I did was act as a go-between for you and your mother. That's all.
So, you're still gonna act dumb. Alright then. The reason I didn't contact you these past few weeks is because I was doing a little background check on you. Well, first off, you had an affair and took off with all of our savings. I heard you remarried, but then you cheated on the guy. Is it true? The guy is demanding that you pay him compensation for cheating on him. In addition, you had some huge debt that your husband didn't even know about. So you came up with this scheme to pretend to be my long-lost mother so you could con me out of money. That about right?
How could you? Snoop around and check my background? What are you, some kind of perverted weirdo?
Now, who's the weirdo here? Pretending to be my mother? Making up the story that my father had an affair? Then trying to con your ex-husband out of some cash? You found out I became successful, and that's why you approached me. That was some scheme you came up with.
Yeah, well, it almost worked. I tried anyway, to con a jerk like you. I didn't figure you would be so easily duped. Man, that was easy. You were always a gullible little shit. Well, no need to continue with the charade, as you put it.
So, you think that's the end of it, huh? Okay, have it your way. I was gonna help you out if you'd been straight with me about masquerading as my mom, but...
Huh? Really? Well, actually, I am in a bit of a bind. I really need a little cash. I knew I could count on you to help me out of this mess. I apologize for pretending to be your mom, so please, help me out, would you? Hey, can I call you right now?
No, I would rather stick with texting, if you don't mind.
Huh? I just said it. What about the money? I just told you I was being honest with you.
Oh boy. You never learn, do you? You're really desperate, aren't you? I never expected my ex-wife, who I hadn't seen in 5 years, would have the gall to contact me and try to swindle money out of me. To be honest, I was totally taken by surprise. And to think that at first, I believed her when she first called. After how she treated me, I'm losing my touch. But I wanted to see my mom while I was still alive. So I guess I was hoping against hope, I suppose. But when my lawyer contacted me to inform me that my mother had passed away, everything became clear to me. I realized I was being swindled again by my ex-wife. I hired a private investigator to check up on my ex-wife. It's true that she was working as a nurse at some hospital, but there was nobody at her place of work that had my mother's name. That part was all made up. As for Pam, she cheated on her current husband, who hired a lawyer to demand compensation from her. On top of that, she was heavily in debt. I immediately blocked Pam and my fake mom from my Line app. I guess she didn't have enough to pay for a third phone. But the fact remains that she tried to con me out of my money. So I talked to the police about the situation, but no charges were brought. I was shocked by my mother's death, but because of that, I was saved from being swindled out of money. Maybe it was the last parting gift from my long-lost